Alright, good morning. Welcome to this week's weekly one-shot. This is Katamari Damacy Reroll on the PC. I really quite like Katamari. I played it on the PSP many years ago. Completed the whole game. It's quite bizarre. It's very bizarre. Let's see if this one pays good homage to that. Maybe it's just a remake of the PS2 version that I never played, I wouldn't know. We have 3 hours to make the moon. I don't know where that falls in the grand scheme of this game, but let's do it anyway. First up, we're gonna eat the intro and do the tutorial, and then we're gonna start the timer and get going. So if that doesn't set the game's tone, I don't know what will. Okay, this was the part of the game that had me stumped for the past few hours. It did not like my PS4 controller, it then didn't like my speakers, but we finally triumphed, right? There we go, pressing start, at least a couple of times to get us through this. So here's the king of all cosmos, he's the big floating head in the top there, we're the prince, we green guy at the bottom, and that's our Katamari in front of us. And we're here in Tutorialville to figure out how to do it. Now the controls that I'm used to are the controls on the PSP, which I seem to recall requiring the claw grip that I had mastered from my days of Monster Hunter. But this will be different, this will be a dual analoguing experience. And I don't think it'll be that easy to pick up. Forward, backwards, we can shift around. We can just shift slowly like that. We can roll to the side and we can roll diagonally. The problem is the way the camera follows you. And my claw grip doesn't alter the camera. You gotta alter it. It's weird. It's very weird. And I'm probably often going to be going the ways I don't want to go. Well, maybe we'll pick it up over the next 3 hours. We'll see. Such skill and such class, dazzling. Alright, more things. Right, the charge roll. I don't think I ever perfected that one on the PSP. We can quick turn. I'll probably be doing that a lot because it's the best way to reorient the camera. There's a look around button. Whoa. Okay, I have to hold it to look around. Ooh. I think the first game of this was made on a shoestring budget. So everything looks cheaply made. It just ended up coming together very well. Hey, there's Earth. There's Greater Brazil. How do we get out of there? There we go. And we can jump to get a kind of bird's eye view. Excellent. We know everything, King. Put us to the test. Gonna bump up the volume in that, even though this is a very loud game and I had to take it down to begin with. I'm glad Hand understands how handsome the King of All Cosmos was. I'm quite certain that it was explicitly said he was drunk. Now he's just saying he was in nature's embrace. Must be an American thing. Anyway, he got absolutely sozzled and he destroyed all the stars in the sky. And he's sorry, but not really sorry, so he's going to send in his wee prince to do it. Emphasis on wee. Look at the size of the prince compared to the king. I don't even want to imagine. Alright, this is part 2 of Tutorialville. That'll give us a good feel for what the game is going to be, and we'll start the timer once we are into the game proper. This also gives me an opportunity to figure out where to put the timer and the chat on the screen, because I feel that it's going to get in the way of things. I've been meaning to mention, Jake, you might consider getting something like a USB audio interface or audio blah 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 blah. Yeah, maybe, but now it's not the time. Okay, so the general gameplay is this. You roll the Katamari around, and you pick up things. And it'll make the Katamari itself considerably larger and sometimes more unwieldy. And that's 100% of what the game is. You roll and you pick things up in order to become bigger, to pick up bigger things. Because you can only pick things up if you're bigger than it, or maybe bigger by a certain amount. It would be nice if the king wasn't yelling at me the whole time, though. I guess the chat isn't covering anything too important, it's just the wee prince, and we have the prince elsewhere as well. So we get big, we pick up bigger things, then we want to move on to greener pastures, so let's head on down here. And grab some more caramels and mandarin pieces and tacks and rubbers and just everything we can get our grubby little Katamari on. It's really hard to manage the camera in this. I can just never turn it around the way I want to, because you gotta hold down on one analog stick and up on the other, but I never remember which way around to do them to turn in certain directions. Yeah, that's right, I got a Go XLR and I hated it. So much so that I sent it back. Right, that was nice of the king. He just gave us that Tutorialville with no timer. From now on, there will be a timer. And that means you gotta make these things big and fast. And he's right, 10 centimeters isn't very exciting. I believe eventually you start making them kilometers big. Sometimes the king gets very scary, especially when he opens his eyes like that. Reminds me of Happy Masked Man when he gets a little miffed with you. Do get a grip, your absent-mindedness. Thanks, I am part of you. Okay, so first off, let's save up. Let's not quit the game, and let's figure out how we actually start the proper levels from here. Control config, what a joke. Here's how much of a joke it is. You go down to game pad input, you go off, and then suddenly you can't do anything. I have to go to the keyboard and put it right back to X input gamepad, also X input. It's API for this stuff. Jesus Christ. I get so annoyed with games that I have to struggle with just to play with a PS4 controller. I think it's part of viewing constellations here. Or is that what I've already made? Oh, that is what I've already made. X input is the standard, says Max. Yeah, and it didn't work for me. Okay, how do I actually start playing the game? Timer G. Yeah, it'll start as soon as I figure out how to start the game proper. I've had enough fun in Tutorialville. Okay, this may be it. You'll be rolling inside the house, the Katamari should be 20, and we have 7. Okay, so we are in proper game time. Alright, let's do it. He doesn't want to be kept waiting, but 20 centimeters in 7 minutes should be easy. Oh, I can even roll up ants. Cool. It usually starts you off in an area that has things small enough that you can easily get the ball rolling. Reminds me of a good EU4 campaign. Hit that point where you can start snowballing. My favourite levels in Katamari are levels where you're rolling up cities. It just feels really good to take out small houses, and then before you know it, you're taking out multi-level skyscrapers. Feels amazing. In my view, the biggest challenge in this game is the controls, and boy is it a challenge. Ah yes, I remember memory cards for the game 2600. So I shouldn't get too complacent with this game. Making the moon, I don't know where that stands in the game's progression, but got these. But in this game, there's usually a point where you can choose to keep going in a level to make the Katamari bigger, or you can just move on to the next. And I should always be moving on where I can, or else I'm going to swiftly run out of time. Come to me. Okay, well that's straight away something that's very nice compared to the PSP version. There were enormously long loading screens on the PSP version. Every time you got bigger, you had to wait forever for the level to open up a bit for you. Give me that memory card. Yeah. The music is really good, so do let me know that it is perfectly audible. If it's not, well, that would be unforgivable. Suddenly all these things that we were fearful of should now fear us. Oh, we didn't go up here, did we? This is good, you just feel like a ball of destruction. Anything and everything that's not nailed down or bigger than you becomes part of you. Okay, there were some barriers there stopping us from progressing, but now we are the barriers. Alright, let's just blast our way out there and... whoa. There we go. Just hoover up the wildlife. Some things are still bigger than us, like those scissors and that light bulb. So we'll go over here, pick up magnets and spoons and more you know, things you just have lying around in your garden here. Lollipops are too much for us, but we'll grab the balls. King comes in with his witty one-liners now and then. Not much we can do about it, I think. Yeah, all those horsetails, all those sentient Santa Claus, I have those hanging around the porch. Very nice. We would love to have a much bigger, nicer Katamari. We'll leave you with the work then. Okay, they do leave. Is there not a way to just finish up the level there? Yes, there is. Go back to home planet. I just pick up all the soap and maybe those tomatoes if I can. There we go. He'll probably give me a low rating for this, but we have to keep moving. So our mostly stationary thing becomes a star, right? The star cram.
そろそろ出発しますよ。はーい。
臨時ニュースです。星空が突如なくなってしまいました。原因は現在調査中とのことです。
Like I said, on a budget. Okay. Really though, I wonder what it takes to make the moon. Ah, space mushrooms full of our cousins. I don't know if they do anything. Well, it says they all have usual controls, so they're probably much and such the same. Anyway, I never cared for the other cousins and such, I just want to be the prince. Maybe the game has multiplayer. Does that make cancer in Brazil? God, it is. Alright, King, task is up. Have you ever been to Portugal? We were there yesterday. We hope you can visit during the rolling. Okay. But isn't this one down in Africa? Listen, buddy, we're gonna need you to get out there and really just make some cancer. Okay, much more substantial goal here. We need to make something that is 0.5 meter in diameter? Radius? I don't know. Circumference seems to be what it's getting at, given the arrows shown in the top left, but I wouldn't know. Anyway, it starts you off bigger, generally. Although I love the ones where you start really small and you get really big. You get this real sense of progression. Those croissants. I want to get big enough to grab those tins. They seem quite substantial. I thought I'd have a lot more difficulty with the controls than I'm currently having. I'm no pro at this game, and it'll take a lot for me to be that, but this is coming along just fine so far. There we go. Grab all the croissants. There we go, now we're big enough for the tins, and that adds to our size substantially. Are there Katamari speedruns? Oh, yes. It tends to... Oh, come with me, rat. Sometimes you gotta knock over live creatures to absorb them into the Katamari. And that's just what we did. Katamari speedruns tend to boil down to looking in certain directions and then doing your very fast roll. I'll do a roll right now. There. Do that in a certain direction, maximize the amount of things you can pick up, and then you route it very heavily. That's based on like one Katamari speedrun that I watched. It was impressive stuff, but I find the fun in this game comes from the exploration in it and finding the hidden, well maybe not hidden, but the special items that the game wants you to collect. There was a lot of that in the PSP version. And of course the fact that you're on a timer for every level adds to the pressure that these arrows are insubstantial, forget that. I tried to do some runs in the PSP where I grabbed everything on the map. I'm making it sound like I was some kind of Katamari completionist and pro. I was really not. I just enjoyed the game. And it's pretty hard to get everything, because once you get to a certain size, it removes all the really small items. So at this point, there aren't going to be any ants on the map anymore. And I'm not sure it would be possible to get every ant and all the other small things before you get big enough to remove them. But it makes sense, because once you're a certain size like this, you don't care about ants, they're not going to add anything to you. I care about grabbing people's briefs and their microphones. And their spatulas, of course. It's the spatula city. I love how unapologetically Japanese this is, right? You wouldn't hand this to... I'm trying to think of a bad localizer off the top of my head. I don't know, let's just go with Nintendo America here. Or 4Kids, right? You don't give this to 4Kids and they go, let's pick up all these jelly-filled donuts. Yeah, Nisa. I'm thinking of that comic strip where you're in the beautiful city of Los Angeles, enjoying your hamburgers. Oh, get me the crab. There's the cancer. See, 2 for the price of 1. Alright, we're just about there. Just grab a few bits of slippers, and that's our lot. We're as big as 30 crabs. You've come this far, I'd love to have a much larger one. I'm sure you would, King. Not gonna happen. Cooking stuff must have been all those spatulas.
ほほほ、そんなことがあるものですか。さあタクシーが来ましたよ。本当に言ってたのにな。なあ。
I don't think the game's gonna get any less bizarre. It's really quiet though compared to the rest of the game. What a shame. Okay, I think there's no escaping it. We gotta make some cancer. Let's get ourselves to Brazil. It just doesn't look delicious. The sky does not seem yummy at all. Everyone is still hungry. Yeah, the king speaks a lot of nonsense. Or maybe it's just too deep for my primitive brain. Hey, we picked up something already. Make the yummiest cancer ever. All you have to do is roll up as many crabs as you can find. Okay, so this is not about size, but size will help to get more bigger things. For example, I couldn't roll up some of those crabs until I get bigger. Yeah, even those ones are too big for me, so I need to get size and I need to get these crabs. I can't help but feel I've already gone quite far away from the beginner crabs that I need to get some size going. I'm too small for a lot of this. Let's go back to where the smaller crabs are. Get back here. I wasn't aware that Brazil was particularly full of crabs. But I do like a game that teaches you something. Oh god, these crabs are packing heat. It might seem that we're just spending a lot of time in the same-ish area. The areas will become more varied as we make more and more Katamaris. Again, based on my experience with the PSP version. Alright, we're getting somewhere with size. Should allow us to pick up more of these larger crabs. I wonder if my number of crabs are going down whenever I ram into a wall and they break off from me. Can't pay attention to that. Too busy getting huge. I'm stealing that crab's shoes. those as well. Ooh, one of those cute little dogs. I think it's got a crab with it, but it's a little outside of what I can reach. There are bound to be people out there that have had nightmares about Katamaris, and it is kind of nightmarish. This ever-growing ball that just rolls up everything in its path. It's not too easy to get up there for that one. Also feel like I'm running out of things to grab here. One of them's hiding underneath the telly. I'm not sure I'll ever be able to grab that. Okay, got it. Swell. And the one clinging on there. Okay, this is going to be the most cancerous Brazil since EU3. I want some way to climb up that wall. There's a bunch of crabs hiding there. Right, I think I see it. These guys pop up every now and then, and I'll use that to propel myself over the wall. And, come on, there we go. Grab all those crabs. And do my best not to fall back down. Is there anything up there? Yeah, probably not. Let's just grab you. Oh, it would have been more way down to this, wouldn't it? Oh. This is getting really, really unwieldy. But I bet a cutoff for something is 100 crabs. And wind chimes ain't gonna cut it here. Ah, right, there's some on that. $97, where are they hiding at? 98, and there's one on top of the dog. You. There's no escape. Okay, that dog is probably the final one, and I need to strike at it from above. Ooh, okay. Ha! Or we go there and grab that little fiddler. But I want that dog. There's another way though. And that's that we just line this up a bit, and then we go for a speedy surge on it. Come on. I heard you the first time, King. Ah! I missed that one. Missed that one by a country mile. Oh hey, a bunch of crabs are coming to me. How fortuitous. But I still want that crab with the dog. Ah, fun. Big is unwieldy. Perhaps there's a way to get up here. And then we just... easy does it. Yes! Doggy is ours, crabs and all. Yeah, steal your thermos pot as well. Looks delicious, but slightly disturbing. And now the king gets to eat his dog and crab sandwich. I got 109 out of 81%. Lucky me. Fab. Fabulous. This is what we wanted. A sea of crab meat. Of course. Okay, it would make sense to save and save often. This game's given me enough tech problems. I don't want to risk it just crashing on me as well. Now let's go and make more stars. Now we already made cancer. Let's make star 4. Hey King. Buenos dias. Have you ever been to Spain? No. Wallets, keys, rings, hopes and dreams, we lost it all. Yeah, the Spanish are full of pickpockets. Again with a house, though. Wait, oh right, he wants me to make 1 meter. Okay, well let's pick up some Chinese checkers first. No? Okay. Thermometer. Sure. One nice thing is when you have objects that move on their own on the map, you can just kind of sit back and pick them all up. Come on, I want the shogi pieces. There are tons of mass to be had from them. Which is funny, because we're not going for mass. We're going for volume. Can't a person has this many batteries? There we go, coming back for your rubber. Excellent, that's a big bit of size, and now we'll go down and pick up all the mice. It's just such a satisfying feeling in this game to get a lot of size really fast, become huge. Which is probably what they would have called this game in a Nisa-style Western adaptation. You wouldn't be some little prince, you'd be some hard-boiled 90s action hero going, I gotta get huge if I'm gonna take on the stars. And you're just rolling up steaks and protein powder instead of mandarins and shogi pieces. I'm drowning in nostalgia right now, says C Fusion. This was so much fun as a kid, yeah. Hey, if you played this on the PS2, perhaps you can enlighten me. Is this essentially a PC port of the PS2 version, or is it something new? Because I only played the PSP version, and this is definitely not that. The PSP version was a lot more limiting than this. I feel like I prematurely came out to the garden here. There's a lot of stuff that I just cannot grab. Can I get the watermelon though? I love watermelon. I'm not saying it's the tastiest fruit around, but it's pretty high up there. I'm burning time here. Let's get up and grab this stuff. Yes! Some hearty watermelon slices for us. I don't think the prince himself actually gets any bigger. Even when this thing becomes several meters in diameter or circumference or whatever it's measuring, the prince is still tiny. Jake, that was a pretty good badass Western hero imitation. I mean, soon enough, but it's hard not to get it right. Yeah, I am definitely too small to be making this my home. Then again, oh, well, maybe they did work on the Western adaptation. Here are all the guns. Well, they wouldn't be water pistols. Get the jelly donuts. Plow on forward a bit faster. Taking too long here. Or even am I? Let's grab Jumbo Man. Oh man. I think in this one we'll be able to roll up Jumbo Man and his whole family. Ah, this music's terrific. Bear that in mind for when we do the Euro trucking later on. We had some extremely disappointing music coming in last time. And you better believe I have not invested in some better autonomized way, automated way of getting music requests in. Ah, this is where I should be. This is stuff more my size. Ketchup, the American style of sauce for your food. No mayo allowed. Can we get the pigs yet? Yes, we can. Great. Bit of pork in the diet. Bizarre looking Eastern fountain there, forget that. Alright, we're halfway there, but we're also halfway through our time, so let's get moving. It doesn't work like that. I mean, you snowball in progress in this. Getting the first 50 meters is a lot slower than getting the second 50. And then the third and fourth, etc. I wonder if it's something that could accurately be described as... It's that word that gets used way too often. Exponential. Well, I say that, but I've kind of stuck myself in a place that doesn't have enough objects for me. Let me out! Said let me out! Ah, jeez, even my special attack couldn't get me out there. There we go. The cat is still a bit too big for me. Guy just playing golf in his own garden doesn't comprehend the danger that I'm posing to mankind here. Ah, right, this stopped me from going forward. There are these traffic cones that say you must be a certain size to pass, and you very specifically need to be that size in order to roll up the traffic cones and, well, progress past them. I think with some good timing you can roll or jump over them. I'm not going to be managing that. But the thing is, when you're big enough, you can also roll them up, and that's kind of what you should do, because there's a good bit of mass to be had in them. All this Katamariing going on. Papa just wants to golf. Alright, let's push it to the limit. Double the stakes. Clay stoves, tabby cats, it's all the same for my Katamari. Alright garden, I'm back, and I'm bigger than ever before. Give me your buckets. Give me your cats. There we go! It's as big as 705 pairs. I'm sure you would like it bigger, but we got places to be here. You know, it's really going to kick me in the teeth if it turns out that I needed bigger stars in order to progress later on in the game, but I don't think it is. I think that's more of a completionist thing.
ねえ、今度は星が増えてきたみたい。
はいはい、早くしないと飛行機が出てしまいますよ。
本当に言ってたのにな。
Inspiring stuff. Let's progress, but let's also save. I'm really paranoid about this game. For no good reason. It's not like Katamari has ever crashed on me. But I've just got a feeling. Maybe bare minimum's gonna make a comeback and alter the timeline for me. Have you ever been to the Netherlands? We stopped in the day before yesterday. We hope you can visit. Okay. And the king really has it in for us. Pickpocketed during the morning rush hour. Bloody Netherlands. Today we're rolling around town, and we need 1.5 meters. Progression. Ooh, fruity and eggy. No, those are ping pong balls. No tamagos here. Whoa, okay, getting bullied by Big Dog here. We'll have our revenge. I bet that dog won't be laughing so hard when we're 1.5 meters and gobbling him right up. But until then, just grabbing all these fruits. And are those quail eggs? No, they're quail chicks. A lot of balls here. Alright, let's roll through the cherries as well. I think there's a good bit of size to them. And let's roll through as well. Okay, we'll miss everything we could have needed there. Let's go this way then. Whee! What a fun game. You hear that? Fun! I'm not saying games have to be fun, just saying I tend to like them when they are. Damn, the bananas would have a good bit of size to them. But we're a little bit too small for them. Yeah, we're just a little bit too small for a lot of the things here. But we can work on that. We'll grab ourselves some lollipops. This is the first map where you get to kill humans, says Levash. You know just what to say to me. I mean, 1.5 meters isn't that big, but these will be Japanese humans. Still a bit too big for me. But if we get some bananas and training signs... Oh god, where'd all these training signs come from? Doesn't matter, we're grabbing them. And Jumbo Man. Oh, this is a great place to roll back and forth for me. Loads of things that are just the right size. If you're confident with your with your aiming. You can do the fast roll through this. As you can tell, I'm not. You use your twin sticks both for positioning and for rolling. And in order to do your fast roll, you flip both of them up and down rapidly. It's quite chaotic. Okay, this time for sure. There we go. Grab all the quality street tins that we can, and keep on going. Grab the handcuffs too. We'll need that for securing the humans as we roll them into our giant Katamari. This is a difficult weekly one-shot for me because I have no idea how much I have to do in the game to make the moon. I don't know how many stars it's going to take, so it's hard for me to gauge the pressure. But every bit closer we get to the end, the more pressure I'm going to be feeling. It's not like, say, Space Marine earlier, where we knew how many chapters we had to do, and we knew how long roughly they were taking. Okay. Whenever he does that bit, I know that a lot of the smaller things have disappeared because it loads the new area. Specifically for this one, it's past here. So we grab all the traffic cones and such. And then down we go. Come on, we can go faster. Oh, I didn't get my strike. I gutter balled it. It was a trick ball. Yeah. Not a regulation bowling ball, but not a regulation game. Telephone book, because the Japanese need all those fax numbers. No pressure, Jake, just have fun. Doesn't work that way on the weekly one-shot. Unless, of course, we have a... unless the target is just to beat a game and there's no time limit, or any kind of limit, and I really don't like those. There's been a real influx of people submitting things to the weekly one-shot that is blatantly just, I want to see a let's play of this game. There's no challenge on it, there's no time limit, it's just, oh, beat this game, hey, maybe you'll enjoy it. I'm like, this is blatant abuse. But I don't really have any way of punishing them for that, which bothers me. I don't mind people talking smack if they can get smacked. Apparently this is where the king went swimming for the first time, in this tiny body of water. Okay, I am running out of things around here that I can even roll up. I need to get moving. There must be a place that's full of items and I'm passing it by here because this is a famine, not a feast. And I shall not go hungry here. This is more like it. These aren't huge things for me, but at least we keep on growing. That was a cool little box cart with watermelon wheels. Lucky cat. Hooks may be for nerds, but they're good for size. They tend to be easy to pick up as well. Oh man. First I'm coming for your dog, then I'm coming for you. Oh, if I can knock you over, I can pick you up. Give me those dogs. Alright. Pillage the garden. How could people abuse you like that, says Tarkin. It's because they know there's no repercussions. I'm just gonna steal this fisherman's hard-earned catch. To be fair, he was a bit cruel just leaving him out like that to die. If you're gonna kill something without torturing it. Unless it has wronged you in the past, in which case, torture away. I find it hard to believe the man has a justified vendetta against those fish, though. I'm a bit stuck here. Might have to go out this way if I can even fit. Come on, Prince. There we go. Great, buckets. Buckets are good for size. Also, look at the Prince at the bottom of the screen. He's still tiny. Not the bottom left, the actual bottom where he's rolling Katamari from. Alright, we are done, but we've been plowing through these maps too quickly. We have 4 minutes, let's put those 4 minutes to use. If this is the first map that we can destroy humans in, then let us destroy humans. Excellent. Niharu something or other is our first human casualty. And now they start running away knowing that we can get them. Let's kill the elderly. Alright, Grandma. Hideo Nema is ours as well. How about... No, the delinquent's too big. No, he's not. You, though, are going down. We got ourselves an Azumanga. Okay, fat salary man is too much for us. For now. Now this is what the game's really all about. Suddenly we've evolved from nuisance to terror. Oh yeah, we're even coming for your little calves. Ah. Alright, that fisherman. Here's your penance. Shogu Ueda? I don't remember them all getting names before, but it's been a very, very long time since I played. Let's return from whence we began. If we can, without getting stuck. Because it'll be nice to roll up some of this. Okay, no, we're way too big to go back there. Can we get the fatso? I think we can. Oh, we certainly plowed him down there. There we go. I feel like the bigger you get, the kind of harder it is to move yourself around. It's really good when you get moments like that where, I don't know, the world shrank. It integrates a lot of the things that you've picked up into your Katamari and makes it a bit easier to roll around. I can see the time limit, King, don't you worry. Just grab everybody downtown. I think the man with the drill is a bit too much for us. We're getting really hard to move around here. Oh. Feeling a bit stuck as well. Feeling very stuck, come on. There we go, I think I can finally get that guy in his scooter. There we go. Fisherman, his sign, his stumps, utility workers, signs, it's all ours. There we go. It's pretty big. We imagine it'll make a pretty star. You know, I would have thought that was mostly made of humans, but they said it was mostly made of Japanese food. Wonder if this is a post-war game. Good old king. Did we get an FPS drop there? I'm overdue an upgrade, I think. Right, let's keep it going. Star 6. Al-Salam Alaikum. Have you been to the Arabian Peninsula? Narrow that down for me, will you, king? Well, the king's huge, I guess it's all the same to him. Okay, we start pretty huge. Oh, also we can interrupt it. Oh, on the PSP version I could interrupt the king by just moving. And he'd get very cross at me for it. Okay, 11 minutes, 3 meters. This is going to be substantially larger than the largest Katamari we've made thus far. But make it we shall. And since we start fairly big, we can already get things that are pretty big. Mayo bottles aren't going to add a whole lot to us, but we'll still pick them up. They're safer in our control than Belgians trying to force them onto everybody else. I've got no issues on my side when it comes to frames or anything. No drop frames and no encoding overload. Alright, it all belongs to us. I too leave a bunch of mayo bottles neatly lined up at the kids' park. That is child abuse. There's only 2 types of people in the world that like that sticky white gunk, and I'm not one of them. Okay, that blue Brazilian is sadly not what we need right now. The crabs don't add a lot to mass unless they're huge. Mayo ain't okayo, says Frozen Kaiser. Well, sadly, my fellow Swedes have this idea that mayo is an actual condiment. They probably think it's exotic. Alright, I'm gonna line this one up. Not that I think this is good for the timer or for our Katamari or anything, but just because I want to. Yeah, that went pretty bad. Where are we anyway? Is this meant to be some kind of park? Alright, that dog that bullied us earlier is now part of us. Doomsday Jake says, Jake, WTF are you doing? Well, I'm trying to play Katamari here. Ah, right, it expands out in this direction. Oh, the humans will not be spared. That weird masked individual, I think, wants to play with our ball, but not gonna happen, right? Oh god, he's pretty huge. That's hard to line these things up. There, get some speed going. Pick up the spades, pick up the everything. The rams are a bit much for us, but I'll be taking the chicks. Yellow squash. Maybe they were stumped for words and couldn't say pumpkin. Okay, we're big enough for the bear. Sadly, there are no children here to absorb into the ball. Not that I've seen, at least. But that's okay. We'll find other things to add mass. And I will claim the life of Masked Man. If only more people had played Outbreak with me, then we could have a bigger inside joke about Masked Man. Oh! Ah! I must tip over those two and absorb the two of them. So I grabbed one of the fences in an awkward way, and it causes the Katamari to roll very badly whenever I hit that bit. Now we bump around. Oh, you're all coming for me. Fences are awkward, but can't deny the mass that they add. Hey, there's somebody at the top of that thing. I'll be wanting to pick them up later on. Okay, great. I can even destroy Clown Man. Pick up the last of these fences. And that lassie. Then we'll head back down. Oh! She retreated to the high ground. Wait, what do you think of that, Masked Man? Oh, it's Green X. There we go. He's even called Fat Businessman. I'm coming back for the Rams. Yeah. Oh, we're pretty huge. There we go. We're as big as a palm tree, apparently. And with that, a lot of the stuff on the ground has just disappeared. Whoa! I wasn't aware of this part at all. I'd forgotten that sound effect. One of the guys makes a bim 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 bim, his best crazy frog impression when you absorb him. Okay, I run a big risk of running over time if I get too carried away on every map. What, Salad Bar? That well-known star?
あ、見えた見えた。ロケットが見えた。おいミチル、お父さんはあそこにいるんだぞ。
もうすぐお父さんに会えますよ。
What? Okay, I think we're on to star 7, right? Forget Gemini and Pisces and that other one. Maybe there is no star 7. Alright, well, let's fight Gemini. He's one of the more interesting Mega Man bosses. Something is missing, we get it. There's no mystery in the sky. It's so straightforward, but it's boring. We need it to be more mysterious than the BR himself. Come to think of it, didn't you have a twin? Wouldn't you know, Father? It's all about twins. What do you mean? Okay, right, things come in pairs. And we need to grab those pairs. Fair enough. Interesting. Well, it doesn't really change what you gotta do, which is get huge, so let's get huge. When I first got into weightlifting over a decade ago, that was the one phrase that really spoke to me. Become huge. Jake, on this map you need a minimum of pairs to end it. Yeah, but I don't know what that minimum number is. Down there looks like a trap. There must be more to get. Ah, those stupid birds thought I was leaving. But we caught the pigeon. Too small for those. Probably still too small for those twins as well. Oh, I can grab him. Yoink. Did I actually get both of them? Let's just assume that I did. One of those well-known telephone breeding grounds in public parks. Well, whatever adds to my mass. Oh, we're picking up the numbers out of the ground here as well. That's kind of cool. We just took the hands as well. Awesome. Okay, right. I think we've done enough around here. Let's expand our horizons. Those arrows are going to make it a bit difficult for us to get some stuff, but get it we shall. Massive time setback on this game is going to be if I ever fail a mission, because I'm going to lose all the time I invested in it and probably have to do it again. Man, I love pineapples. I once ate so much pineapple my face hurt. Is 3 hours possible, says my liege. It better be, or else I'll be having stern words with merchant. What kind of person submits impossible weekly one-shots? A worse kind of person than somebody who makes ones that that have no real fail condition. There we go. Picked up Ness and Lucas there. I feel like I'm making far slower progress here than I did on the cancer one. here. Aha! Back in the slightly more built up area, hopefully with more twins to grab. No, just garbage. Those yo things are too powerful for us. Come on. Well, the police tried to shoot at us, but it's not enough. They need bigger, more American guns. There we go. Once upon a time, absorbing humans was something special. Now, it's just what we do. Sometimes a human tries to absorb us, but they fail. Those guys don't count as twins. The one in the front is in charge. What? Oh. Sadly, the burglars flew off in different directions. What? Some Afro guy fell from the tree. World Conquest is in 23:19. If you can't beat it in 3 hours, you can only blame your own incompetence. I feel that world records are very poor things to compare for this. Quintuplets are not the same. Thank you, King. In with the technicalities. Thinking about world records is how you get red percent when it comes to making weekly one-shots. Oh god, we can pick up the whole log fence here. That's scary stuff. We're getting a bit unwieldy here. Let's take the high ground. Whoa! Dang, shouldn't mash into that. I'll lose a lot of these guys. Oh, this is just asking for it. I miss. I only grab one of them. What's cute is that the wee prince puts on his snorkel when he goes into water. Well, there are a lot of cute things about this game, and that is one of them. Relaxing dude. I figured those vending machines would be twins since there's two of them, but no. I'm getting pretty huge here, 4 meters 50. I would not be messing with this Katamari. We're so big that some of the really small things on the ground are really hard to get for us now. Can I enter back into here though? Might be a little too big for it. Well, and especially if that's the case, how would I get back out after absorbing more things? No, we can get in! Revenge is ours. They have only themselves to blame. 9 minutes ago they could have prevented this. But now the time for negotiation is over. There is only Katamari. Alright, 80 feels like a good number here, but I'm sure it could be better. The thing is, how do you know where all the twins are when, you know, a couple of fires are twins apparently? I wonder if there's a way up to that roof. Must be a way to drop down from here, right? Oh right, those guys that were rolling the balls. They bullied me earlier. The time has come to become the bully. There we go. Revenge is a dish best served. Not quite as mysterious as our existence. Let's just release it very well. I can't help but feel that these stars are optional. But I haven't found star 7. Sure. Save and save often. Let's see, the only other place is to go to this, right? Pisces, something, more Cancer, some minor. There's star 7. I wonder if that just evaded me last time. They went to Poland and they go there often. Don't tempt me, King. He wants me to go and roll up his dog as well. Okay, King. Good heavens. What am I looking at? You're rolling around the world. And we need to be even bigger than last time. 12 meters. He called me a dimwit prince. Ah, jeez. I was trying to do the power roll, but not happening. If this looks easy to control, then we got very different standards. Alright, sweet. Now I should be plenty big enough to go back and get the kettles. And hell, the buckets too. Don't hate the king for speaking the truth. Plenty of people get hated for speaking the truth. He should take it in his stride. A sea anemone. What do they taste like? We're certainly getting bigger, but this is still just small-time stuff. Until I'm absorbing humans, it's all just small time. We need to get that Japanese food, don't you know? Although I'm running a little low on things to absorb here. I wonder if there's another whole place to go to. Come on, can't forget I'm on a timer here. Is that up here, maybe? No, locked. Jake, did you go to the seafood place? No, not yet. I would have to go into town to go and get it. And I don't make a habit of heading into Stockholm proper anymore. And I went for the meat bonanza instead. I still intend on going there though. Oddcat told me it's the best food ever, so I'm inclined to believe him. Jeez, it's hard to find stuff to get huge from here. I feel like I'm missing an entire segment. Okay, these are good. Yeah, nice. Once we start hitting the 2-meter part, then those humans are our food. This is what I meant. This whole area was passing me by. I should have stopped and had a look around, but I don't want to stop. Okay, humans are on the menu now. Just the small ones that can barely defend themselves. But even Cell had to prey on the civvies before he took on the Z fighters. Oh, skinny salary man. Grab him. Katamari has some banging music, but this is not one of it. This isn't music, it's just noise. Ah, there we go. Maybe there's an option for the music. I can't help but feel that there was in the PSP version, but my mind doesn't go back that far with ease. Let's just take a moment to appreciate the PSP, what a fantastic console it was. It may have been slightly overshadowed by the Nintendo DS, but only a little bit. Nowhere near as much as the Vita was overshadowed by the new 3DS. Which is hilarious. The Vita is the most betrayed console there's ever been. So good, but no games, and no support. Yeah, here, delinquents. Love that noise. So stupid. Kaiser says, my PSP was quickly broken by my mother's friend's children. Never to ever play a PSP again. I hope you broke them back. It's the only way many people learn. Action, reaction. 3 meters, still just a baby. Ooh, whole new area for us that we haven't been to at all before. Let's just steal this guy's boat and get moving. Normally I have no sense of direction, but I feel like I know where that was. Let me in. There we go. Oh man! Eat them all up. Especially the principal. He commissioned a lot of statues of himself. Is that a real thing? Do they actually make statues of the principals in school? Tall schoolgirl. I bet she was 140 centimeters tall. Ah, this is the hole in the wall that would get us to the roof of the... Oh no. Come on, up we go. Alright, new area. New partially clothed people to absorb into our giant Katamari. Probably be a bad idea to listen to the soundtrack for this game when you're driving. Instinct would be to just ram right into anything smaller than you. Good way to become popular, that. If you want to become popular with law enforcement. Like that little kid that kicked the cat. Oh heavens, yes. That kid learned a valuable lesson that day. You kick a cat in the face, you get punched in the gut. A lesson taught by his own mother, so... You know, it's a kid's job to learn. This music is a real hit and a miss. At least I won't wrongfully assume that they're all bangers. I'm just slightly too small for vehicles, which is kind of like the next big step up. We now take it for granted that humans can be gobbled up. But if we can start getting vehicles, well, they tend to be considerably larger than people. And then after you get vehicles, it's bigger vehicles, and then buildings. Ooh, timing's getting a bit tight here. I mean, I know we'll make it. There we go, got ourselves a light truck. Excellent. I wonder if I could break the Katamari enough to go below the limit but still pass the level. I'm not willing to test that theory. But I do want to roll around here a bit more just to enjoy the feeling of being huge. Too small to pick up buildings just yet. We're still huge. Oh, we're pretty much back where we started here. Amazing. Okay, seriously, let's get moving. If it were ours, we'd make it much bigger. That's enough out of you, King. I've got a task to do, and I don't need to do any subtasks.
宇宙センター行きのバスが来ましたよ。
はーい。
Yeah, Kaiser, they're off to the Kennedy Space Center. Do you not recognize your own home, Florida? Right, we're star 8. I think all these named stars are a trap. You know my feelings on traps. There, star 8. You've been to Russia? We were there yesterday. We hope you can visit during the days rolling, like that's possible. Thanks, King. It's the thought that counts. 12 meters. How long was it? How large was the last one? I got 18 minutes for it. That sounds generous in the game, but if I muck it up, I lose 18 minutes on this weekly one-shot. And that's not good for me. Oh good, I missed a lot of stuff there. Give me the batteries. We're small time for now. We'll get huge. This is double the size in only 50% of the size, says Marvin, who I think is having brain problems. Ooh, we get our own police badge. There we go, gained a significant bit of size going around here. Perhaps I can go back and have my revenge on the rat, and then maybe find the snake and the wolf and the pig. Still too small for the badge. And too small for the bananas. Okay, let's just go and grab some general stuff. Ooh, I like this tune. I remember it from the PSP. Yeah, such is what you get. We rat buggers. Dang, I want those milk bottles. Oh, right. That last rat gave me just the volume I need to drink all the milk. Ew, coffee milk. A big difference between this and the last place, I think, Marvin, is that I started off considerably larger in the last one. At least that's what I remember. Let's get the creamy puffs. Elder Jet says, "What is this game?" And then he laughs his ass off. It's a very good game. Called Katamari Damacy. And when I talk about the PS2 being such a magical time for games, where you know, budgets were big enough to get cool and good-looking games, but it's also free enough to get interesting games out. This is a real product of that time in my eyes. It's a game nobody asked for. Probably nobody really thought they wanted, but it kicked ass. Oh, I want everything up there. Let's try that again, but not flop the shot. Go, Prince, go! Yes, now we are the law. Ah, the shoe-riding pigeons are too much for us. Wait, we picked the graffiti sign itself? I like that. Damn it, this blocky kid is, well, blocking us. Perhaps we can get around them. This is where you can burn time if you get stuck. There we go. Must be some way around that, because it looked like there were good stuff to gather up there. Yes, it's being blocked by the milk bottles, but we can become the milk bottles. "45 meters is a big cutoff for us to getting to the larger area. I should be fine. As long as I don't break myself on all this other stuff. That box is too much for us, sadly. Ooh, get the pet bottles. Heh. Now the pigeons in their shoes fear me. Very correctly. I can grab them and their shoes. Did I miss anything up here? Not really. There we go, 45 meters. Let's skedaddle. We're as big as 202 sodas. Which is 201 more than disgusting amount of sodas. I can't remember where the blocked part was. I guess I'll explore for it. Hoover up everything I can along the way. And I mean everything. Is it over here? Ooh, whether it is or is not. No, I'm just back up to exactly where I was, but I can grab the cutting boards on the way up. Here we go. Grab the buckets, grab the pig, and, oh, okay, well, forget about grabbing the rest of those. We're rolling down here. No strike for us on the way down, but that's okay. Grab everything we can. We gotta get to 12 meters here. One-armed beckoning cat is ours as well. When I get to Japan, if it isn't exactly like this, I'm gonna be so disappointed. Okay, we're starting to get a lot of size really quickly. This is how I want Carthage to go, but things keep getting in the way. I'm certain there's technique to do all of this so much faster. Again, when I watched a speedrun of this game, it was all just pointing in one direction and using your spin dash to quickly, very quickly, hoover up lots of stuff. But I don't know where all the right things are. There's cut-off points of mass before you pick something up. Like that kid, you'll be our first human prey, Junior. Alright, children and the elderly. They're the first target. Then once we've absorbed their strength, we'll find Android 17. We're not at the point where I will turn my nose up to absorbing things like spades and potted plants, though. Oh? Wow, I can grab the schoolgirls as well. Where's that? Up those stairs. Seems like a good place to go. I'm looking right at it as well. That's excellent. Come on, come on. Ah, jeez. Need a bit of momentum to get up there. There we go. There. Marvin's saying this needs a lot of snowballing. It really does. Like I say, if I fail this one, I lose so much time on this challenge, and that is unforgivable. One of our royal presents. Oh, you did get me a present, King. Be sure to keep the present. Well, I'm getting rammed into here, so that might be difficult. Pick our people back up, including Strong Man. Oh, the elderly. Yes! Oh, jeez. My ball got ravaged smacking against the wall there. I think those passerbys got lucky because I rolled high up thanks to these poles. Or maybe they're just too strong for me, that is also possible. Then I shall get huge and come back for them. Oh, baseball. Take them all, even the spectators. Jeez, there's one pole there that's just too big and stopping us. Let's call him Zwirbaum. Get around him and then absorb the rest of the players. H-Roar comes in and just says, I love this game. That's good, that's a lot better than all the people just coming in going, wahaha, WTF is this? Unlike the glorious patrician lurkers who would spend 5 minutes just understanding what's going on. It's not like it's a difficult game to grasp the concept of. Collect stuff and grow bigger so you can collect bigger things. Okay, we're a third of the way there, but we're well more than halfway through our time. If we get another meter on us, though, we'll be able to pass through the gate part there, and that should unlock a whole lot of Get Huge for us. Good size of that car. Maybe this is Los Angeles. It was probably a lot of fun putting together the levels in this game. Putting so much random stuff next to each other. Inspired by fever dreams. Alright, at least the pickings aren't slim. Still plenty of stuff to gather up here. Oh yeah. As big as 517 radiation signs. There we go, right. That's the bit that we rolled down, but I'm not going to roll back up there for a bit. If indeed we ever will. Stole the dragon statue off that place. Right, there's the 5-meter blocking thing. Just squeeze our way through the streets. Jump around. And progress up. There we go. Grab the mountain men, grab their mountain tents, and feel a little limited by the amount of stuff up here. Huh. Game, where's the stuff? Damn, I shed the mountain men, and I only have 4 minutes, so that's not a lot of time. Come on. Gotta get huge. Here, this looks more promising. Can I roll up their homes yet? No. We've really come to advance Sims 3 kleptomania here for stealing cars like this. I've been playing so much Sims 3 lately, it's been a blast. The adventures of Urangu McBain just aren't getting old for me. However, what is getting old is the sheer amount of lag in the game. I got 4 Sims, and just the game feels the need to hang constantly. Especially at 4 AM. Hopefully there's somebody watching with immense amounts of Sims 3 experience that knows how to fix that. I don't even have any expansions, I have ambitions and that's it. It's not like I'm playing a bloated version of the game. Do you use Overwatch and NRAS? I don't know what those are. I'm just playing vanilla plus ambitions and that's it. Okay, excellent. We are platinum huge. Feels good. Let's enjoy it for a little bit. Our whole perspective has changed now. We're not going through the streets. We're going over the streets. Oh, we even grabbed a helicopter along the way. Now we have advanced to gathering buildings. Come on, Prince. There's places to be here. And when David Guetta said the world is mine, I don't think he meant like this. And yeah, at this point there aren't exactly... Whoa. That balloon had it in for us. At this point it's not about rolling up ants and erasers and pigeons. It's about rolling up... Was that a dinosaur? Damn. It feels good feeling this huge. Kind of running out of things that we can even... There we go. Okay, 22 meters. It's considerably larger than what he asked. It's pretty big! And we got our present. It looks like I roll a toy... No, that's a guitar. Sweet. Go busking with that in The Sims 3.
Ho
僕も宇宙飛行士になりたくなっちゃった。
ほほ、お父さんも喜びますよ。ところでお父さんはどこにいるのかしらね。
Save and save often and keep on going. Forget Pisces and say, oh man, what if to make the moon we have to make all the named stars though? Oh. It's the problem with this, I don't know how to reach the wind condition, even if I know what the wind condition is. I have not been to Mongolia, no. But Mongolia is how I want to bet against the Bane William himself. We start at half a meter, we need to become 30 meters. It's even bigger than our overtime one last time. We have 20 minutes to get there. Bouncy. Okay, well, start easy. Grab some pears and monster apples. How big is our Katamari? As big as one biker flag. Okay, it's slim pickings, but we gotta pick them nonetheless. Yeah. You spot a Katamari in its infantile stage like this, you pick it up and you do not let it go. Contain it in some kind of airtight box. Let nothing in. Yeah, it is empty, but we start bigger. Getting from 10 centimeters to this 70 would take quite a few minutes in itself. You could throw this into a Christmas album and people would be none the wiser. Oh, that was not nice. Got repeatedly bashed against the wall and lost those fences. Well, let's not cry over spilt fences. Let's pick up more monster apples. Keep going. There's much to be done. I don't think I'm big enough for these those dogs yet, but I will get meat on the bone. Bloody Danganronpa. Okay, I feel like that has suddenly made the dogs on the menu. Come on, let's get full People's Republic here. Yes! I think it's worth going out of your way to pluck each of those things if they're slightly smaller than the max thing you can pick up, because they'll add a lot of size to you. Didn't know you played Danganronpa, Jake. Yeah, I played 1, 2, 3, and Ultra Despair Girls. And let me say, it very much went in that order of declining quality. Well, actually, I would even say Danganronpa 2 was better than 1, but 3 was, I think at the time I was telling myself, wow, this is really good. I had to justify the $60 price tag. Oh god, we're stuck. Get out, Prince! go. Come on, I can't waste this time. There we go. Balanced game design, says Otto Shumis. Oh, game design is one of those things that everybody has an opinion of, but there was no part of me getting stuck there that really rolled into game design problem. It's more of a level design issue. Hope Max wasn't listening there. I could do without a pedantic response to that. Right. I'm kind of lacking direction for picking up stuff that'll add significant mass to me. Ah, the mortars. The mortars are good here. As long as these humans don't play around with my ball here. I'll be coming back for them. They want to touch the ball that much. They can touch it for the rest of their life. This doesn't feel like a good place to be. Retreat. 15 minutes and a whole lot of mass to get. Come on. Oh, that's excellent. I love it when you have stacked boxes or tires or other objects like that. Because as soon as you can get one of them, you go into the bottom and you get all of them. Oh, well, that girl is the first human casualty, the first of many. I want the rest of those logs, but the fact that we picked one up at an awkward angle was shunting us out there, stopping us from picking up more. 2.8 meters, twice the size of the average Japanese person. We should be able to start absorbing them. En masse, at least. Don't worry, boy. We'll pick up your RC as well, and then you can have fun whilst you get absorbed and turned into a star. C Fusion says, I want to see Jake picking up skyscrapers, then I'll go to sleep. Well, first I'll just get lodged on another thing here. Come on. There we go. Sadly, Afro individual here is too big for us. But the fishermen, they're on the menu. Ooh, how about all their fish as well? Tunas are big, right? Give me that size, give me that mass. Oh, the giant swordfish as well, that's a ways away for me for now. We are not making fast enough progress here. I don't remember the PSP version reusing the same area again and again like this. I mean, granted, it's getting larger each time, but we're still going back to the same place. I remember there being lots of indoors and outdoors, and a park, a lot of a park. Okay, palm tree size, but still just a baby. Let's go. Into the soup, no thank you. Is there a plot to the Katamari games? Yes, the plot we were told at the very start. The king got very drunk and destroyed all the stars in the sky, but he feels a little bad for it. But instead of fixing it, he's sending his prince to go and fix it for him. Whilst offering us the most minimal of help. I recall a really fun level in PSP where you're in a shopping mall and eventually you get too big for it, you roll out and then roll up the shopping mall. At least that's what I choose to remember. May not have gone that way. Roll up the police. What are they playing around here? Oh, they're playing a game of Get Into My Ball. As we sing I Know You Love Me. Absorb all the lesser balls into the Katamari. And we'll get out the hole in the wall this time, so it might be something good here, like sumos. What I like, though, is even though the areas are much and such the same, the stuff populating it does change. There were different people up on that school area. I noticed that the police station was replaced with something else. Ooh, there's a tower of people. Counts as one thing. Grab all these shojis. I'm just a little too small for a bunch of the vehicles just yet. These enormous ducts and jumbo pylons. Wait, pylon? I thought I knew what a pylon was. Now I realize I've been blind all this time. We can get ourselves the ox, which means we can get the other ox. And that should give us enough to grab the... Oi, get back here. Well, I don't know what it was, the words failed me for it. The giant lion-shaped bus, though, is too much for us. It's alright though, just gotta get huge, and then it will be ours. Yeah, I would never call a traffic cone a pylon. Am I in the wrong? Or am I as wrong as those people who tried to correct my pronunciation of the word harem? Which is to say, very wrong. Alright, perspective is really shifting. Let's go up and celebrate by destroying these cars and then bringing them into the greater collective. Which allowed us to grab the monster truck, but not quite the bus. Buses and buildings are the safest place to be for the population of Katamariville here. Unless they know how to dig a hole very, very fast. It gets to the point where your Katamari is so huge you absorb the entire island that you are plucking things from. I heard that on the PS2 version you also get big enough to absorb entire planets, but it never got to that scale on the PSP version. Oh, good, we can grab the trees now. Still in diapers. Just because you're huge, King. Get some perspective, man. Grab the palm tree, but not the island that it was on. It's alright, nothing grabbing a few entire buildings won't solve. Did you see the Tower of Traffic Cones and the Duke of Wellington statue? No. I don't make a habit of looking at the Duke of Wellington statue. Couldn't tell you where it was. Getting good. Now we can see other areas over there that I'd quite like to go and check out. Grab totem poles, yeah, trees are a great way to add mass once you're big enough to get them. We're done with the small fry trees now, I want the big ones. And I want that bus. That bus evaded me, but I destroyed the bridge that gets me over there. Come on, Prince. I see. Damn, it's got some plot armor going on there. I wonder if I can at least get that lighthouse. Yeah, that makes me feel better. And we got the swordfish that we wanted earlier. See it wriggling around on the Katamari there. Thinking back, I'm really impressed that the PSP was able to handle this. There are a lot of entities attached to your Katamari, especially at this stage. But the PSP took it like a champ, and it didn't even lag. At least I don't recall the game ever lagging. PSP was such a good console. Oh, there was a whole area here we had access to 100 years ago, but it's fairly barren because as you get larger, the small objects fade away. Grab the little boats, maybe come back later for the big ones. Get the giant squid too. I wish PSP didn't have an analog stick made of sandpaper and contempt, says Barcode. That was part of the charm of it. The world's about giving and taking. You had to give the PSP a bit of your blood, sweat and toil. And then you take all the fun of its massive catalogue of excellent games. Who could forget such classics as Deadhead Fred? Not to mention those really crap quality videos they made on those diskette things. One hour left, yeah, but I need C Fusion to go to bed, so let's try and get some skyscrapers. Oh man, it feels good to be huge. See some silos. I want those silos. Is that King Kong? Oh no, it was like Proto Man swinging him around. Don't use me as an excuse, now I can't sleep or else you'll blame me if I fail the week. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do, C Fusion. I'm glad you can see through it. Okay, world's feeling a bit bare now. I'll just grab that last trawler and call it a day. Hup. It's pretty big. Yes, it is, King. Now let's move. I don't know how to get to the moon, but let's make it happen. Oh boy, the element of wood.
あらあら、せっかくあなたの打ち上げを見に来たのに。
だって月がなくなったのですよ。
あらまあ、本当に月がないわ。
見せて見せて見せて。
A moon, you say? Please let me fix that for you. Make a star 3. Oh no, those are the ones I've done. North Star, Ursa, Virgo, Taurus. There must be one for Moon now. There we go. Whew. Do you know Esperanto? I wouldn't claim to. Ah, so that's what he means with the presents. Too bashful to give it to us, so he leaves it on Earth. You don't know where it is. I love all the hidden object stuff to get here. You're rolling around the world. It should be 300 meters in 25 Earth minutes. So this is what our goal is to do. Let's do it. We start at a fairly healthy meter. So we grab the pineapples and giant peaches and then roll on down. This should be a good one. This should be a very good one. It's not throwing stuff at me to absorb here though. It's a bit of a famine, but oh well. This looks better. Meat on the bone. Oh jeez, elephant out of nowhere. Nah, the desks are too big for me too. Right, come on. No horsing about. I gotta get huge. Big enough that that elephant just becomes my plaything. And then bigger yet. Right, shouldn't be long until we start absorbing humans as well. There we go. That freaking yo. Why are there toilets in the middle of the sidewalk? Says Zarek, whilst he has no problem with all the other manner of nonsense around here. Like, why have they planted giant pineapples into concrete? Why are Afro people hiding in trees? America, man! Damn, I'm not sure I'll ever be big enough to absorb him. Is he the gift that the king left us? Oh no. Don't trap me like this again! Right, round we go then. You lose size from things all flying out from you like that. Let's grab takoyaki. Well, I do not regret picking this game up at all. Katamari's so damn good. 3 meters, we're 1% of the way. But if you think that we're just 1% of the time spent there, then you have no concept of exponential growth. I'm getting bullied by these calves. I need to get stronger. Dominate the animal kingdom. I feel limited by the places I'm just going round and round in this same place. And then again, these screams sustain me. Despite their awkward shape, I'm going to pick up the fences here because they are huge amounts of mass. I wonder if the police firing at you actually does anything, though. It makes a noise, sure, but do they actually reduce your size at all? Let's get in. Take it all. There's nowhere for them to run to. It's an arena fight. Excellent. Grab you, and out we go. Still a bit too small to grab the ox, but its time will come. America Man! Yes! It's even called American Guy. Amazing. Here are the cows that bullied us earlier. They become part of us, and so does whatever that thing is. Combine Harvester. How's the song go? You've got 50 acres. I got 43. Alright, there we go. Got the guy on the pole. He thought he could run away from us, and he was right, but only temporarily. Revisit the school. It knows to open up for us. And who's in here? Doesn't matter. They're all food. Oh god. Giant... Ooh, drill dozers. Too much for me. Should be a point where I can come back and deal with drill dozer. Okay, we can go up and easily access this larger part of the area. Take out the entire Tour de France. Steal cars like we're playing The Sims 3 again. Oh man, I need some more Sims 3. I don't know why. I can't get enough of playing it. When I played it before, I clocked maybe 20 hours of it back when I picked it up 10 years or so ago. And I very quickly hit the point of, okay, well, I can easily satisfy all my needs. There's no challenge here anymore. But now I really enjoy continuing to play it, mastering all the skills, reaching the top of all the careers, building a giant home for me and my fat family. Making a girlfriend in the game, and then the moment we have some kids, she eats a quadruple helping of pancakes for breakfast and gets really fat. On top of that, she handed her name to the kids and not McBain's. So now that Euristo has taught me what to do, we'll be kicking her out the house and then marching the kids down to the town hall to change their names. Why aren't you streaming Sims 3? It's a game I think I had a lot more fun with without streaming. I mean, I wouldn't know that unless I tried streaming it. But I think I'm just going to be playing it once and then that's that. Unless there's some terrific way of playing it. Something like a Nuzlocke, but for Sims would be pretty excellent. Rags to Riches playthrough. Kleptomania would have to be banned there, it's just so powerful. Become a Ghostbuster, move into somebody's home, well, go and do some supposed work in their home, and then come away with their motorbike, their car, and their flat screen television. I'm trying to grab some stuff here because I really want the drill dozer. Come with me, Mr. Drills. Jeez, it's just a little bit too big for me. But I really want it. And if I want it, I'll have it. Like I said, I'm running out of things that could add to my mass in this area. Most of the things that are left are a bit too big for us. And I'm actually hemorrhaging size by ramming into things. Ah yes, there's this area. We even took the bridge. And what even is that? No idea. Too busy getting huge. Hurry it up, says Frozen. I'm a hurry in here. I want the car pyramid though. Okay, Drill Dozer, no playing around. You're mine. And then we can go on to the other part. Okay. The whole area over there that we haven't really checked out. Let's change that. We're almost 10% the size we need to be. I think a large amount of the difficulty in this game comes down to the controls. They are awkward, but I've certainly played with worse. And I'm just taking the easy way out. Whenever I'm doing the wrong thing, I just flip like that. It's probably slower than mastering the controls for turning, but this is working for me. Come on, these cargo containers, they're huge. They make us huge. Those cranes. Oh, I can get the cranes, nice. And I found a present there somehow. Kind of passed me by, but I did. It's fair to say you've played a far higher than average amount of bad games with bad controls, though, because of punishment games and 2 hours of hell. I play lots of different games, and I love games in general, so it's important to me to try lots of them, even if there are really bad ones on the menu. Helps give perspective. Come to the prince. Imagine that, you just look outside of your apartment building, you see this giant 45-meter ball coming your way. You know there's no escape. Some of these buildings are just still a bit too big for us. I don't want to fall down into the soup. Oh, but I can go this way. Ah, sweet, we can get giant octos. And just like that, you can see the effect of that loading screen. Some whole new area spawned in the back. We'll be going there, sure, but only after we clean up our mess. And by mess, I mean civilization. Halfway through our time. Nowhere near halfway through our size, but we're growing a lot faster than we ever did. Can I even get that? Looks a bit big for me. Yeah, too big. We'll try some more of this stuff and come back for it. there's no way you'd hit 300 meters just grabbing this stuff. This stuff has become small fry for us. Pretty sure I'm almost absorbing that bridge itself. Okay, can we get it? No. Another try then. Can I grab stuff off of the boat? No. And the boat itself's a bit big. That might make it though. There we go. Grab the octopi off of the boat there. Grab even more of this stuff. Yes, I'll grab you. Oh, whoa, he's still too powerful for us. Dang. We'll grab the flying circus then. There we go. Satellite dish is ours. What do you think of that then? Yes! We're able to absorb the fighting jumbo whatsits. Now let's check out this area. More islands, more food for the Katamari. Katamari's having a seizure here. Back out a bit. Or try. Okay, we're in a bit of a pickle here. There we go. Okay, better follow the islands. There's mass to them. They're all just called Tsunami Island. Oh. This is great. All the screams, but the music is just na 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 na. The juxtaposition is delicious. The smallness of some of these things is saving them. They're so small that my Katamari isn't hitting them. It's alright though, we gotta get huge. I'll be back for the entire land mass. I think this is as far as the PSP version got. Taking skyscrapers and the land masses under them, but no further. Can we take the clouds? Oh yes, we can take the clouds. Damn, that giant squid's a bit too much. We can take the whirlpools as well. What do you think, King? Just a preschooler, okay. I'll show you what's for then. There's not a lot to those netting cages. It's a lot better to take islands. Some islands are still a bit too big though. Oh, how far we've come. Taking anchor islands, taking their bridges. I don't know what you are. Marine Jumbo Man, he's ours now. Clouds are a bit too much for us for now. Now it's just a case of rolling back to the places we've been, taking what we couldn't grab before. it seems humans can yet build things that are too large for the Katamari. For now. There we go. Giant squid couldn't make it against us a second time. The oil tanker is ours. The whirlpools are ours. Should be able to get these islands. Yep. What are these? Devil rocks. I don't know what's up with the things going all white when we go too far out, but it's scary to do that when I'm still below 300, so let's build that up a bit. There we go. Do you want something bigger? You'll get something bigger. Whirlpools aren't worth a whole lot. There we go, grab the clouds. That's the new meta. Okay, and entire islands like that's pretty good. Yeah, this isn't going to be like the old crummy moon. And the prince himself is still like, I don't know, 5 centimeters tall. And he's pushing this half-kilometer size monstrosity. I think we can absorb entire rainbows now. Should be good for us. Triple XL mushroom too. Yeah, the prince understands Swole. That's how he's able to do it. Just pick up an airport, casually glue it to the Katamari. There we go. The rainbow is ours. I wonder if I can get this whirlpool thing. No, it's still a little too big for us. There are yet things larger than the prince can handle. Let's go around the edge though, these XL mushrooms. They still add a good bit of bulk to us. And the prince is still bulking right now. Then he'll cut and go lean. Atu says, can you even get a kilometer in this? Well, why don't we try and find out? We have about 2 minutes to find out. Gonna need a lot of giant mushrooms for that though. Just going around getting the mushrooms, getting the clouds. Grab all of that stuff too. $700. It's not looking good for a kilometer, but let's try all the stuff in the center there. Oh, yes, we can get them. We can get the whirly things now. I'm having a hard time seeing there being enough mass to make a kilometer. We grabbed all of that stuff and that's still not enough. I can't even see enough stuff for this, sadly. But I want to sate my curiosity what happens if we go out of bounds here. Oh, it just takes us right back. Okay, I don't think there are any humans living in this area anymore. We took everything. Even looks big compared to the king here. It's floating, but it's not a dream. 833 meters. How supple the silhouette, the substantial heft. We're moved, okay. When it gets this big, it's hard to tell what you have the most of. Earth really does have a lot of things. And there we go. One moon. Alright, now this is my kind of credit sequence. Although I'm trying to get my bearings here. Here we are. We're in Australia, so it's time to gobble up Asia. Bye-bye, Brunei. China's going to be a bit big, but let's gobble up Japan while we're here. Bye-bye, Israel. I'm not sure there's a Europe left, really. But we got the USA and Canada. China? No, China's not large enough. What have we missed? Ah. There we go, Southeast Asia was still spared a bit. Is that Sierra Leone? No, Sri Lanka. What are we missing here? Some insignificant islands, that's what. EU5 is looking great! Damn, the inspiration. Is that something hiding there? Bhutan and Iceland. The last one standing, perhaps? Have we missed anything? I can't do my turbo spin, so I can't move around quickly here. Ah, the Bahamas. They were hiding. Yeah, this is how Liechtenstein survives. Oh! Sao Tome. Timmy. 183. How many countries are there in the world? Or how many countries were there when this came out? Oh, Seychelles.
カタマリに巻き込まれて家族揃っての月旅行になっちゃった。
There we go. Alright, well, thus concludes our weekly one-shot. It was a little easy, but I'll put that down to me having experience with the game before. Might have been a lot tighter if this was completely blind. But cheers Merchant for submitting this one on the weekly one-shot list. It's one of the better ways to get it in here. Now we already did save. What else is there to do? Well, I'm sure there's plenty of other optional content, like putting together Virgo and Taurus and such. In fact, if I'd gotten sidetracked to these, it would have been a lot tighter, but after a couple of them I decided, this feels optional, and then went for the moon instead. Alright, what we're gonna have now, we're gonna have some Euro trucking, because I feel the itch for it. But it's also lunchtime, so I'm gonna grab some lunch first. I estimate I'll be back in 20 minutes with some trucks, so until then it's a cheers from me, and a cheerio.